Can you hear me?
Testing. That was killing me.
Got it?
Yep. All right. Do we have a topic for this video today?
Topic.
Clash preseason.
Yep. We'll go with the Busch Light Clash. Yep.
All right. What was your experience? Did you get to watch the weekend unfold?
So we're gonna start this thing off by kind of just catching up for a second, because I know it's been like a full year since we've done this, right? At least. So yeah, to everybody that kind of I know we were starting to get some subscribers on the page and stuff, but we did kind of fall off for a little bit. Last year was a rough year, but we're back. Rowdy Reviews, starting back up in 2023, so that's exciting. But today, yeah, we're going to talk about the Clash and going to give our thoughts on that event. Hell, there was some excitement that leading up to the event. Like, the practice was pretty interesting. No, but we'll dive into that. But we're gonna give Nick a minute to say what he has to say.
All right. Welcome back, everyone. I appreciate the following we had. Everyone that kept joining and seeing what we had to say about the weekends. We hope to continue this for the 2023 season. Hopefully it's a better season than last year. As many of you guys know, we were strong Kyle Busch fans. That was a tough year. Losing sponsorship, losing team, losing the number. Got a fresh new look for the year, got new sponsorship and a new owner. And I think he's gonna bring some heat this year. All black, rowdy and black. Sounds mean. Looks like Gavin's already tried it out, some of his sponsors.
3T. Yep. So
There you
it's dude, never in a million years would I thought I'd be saying my driver is sponsored by a cannabis company. That's fantastic. But
He truly is a candy man.
yeah, yeah. Can't get away from the candy, it seems like. But
I can't wait to see some of the jokes he's got for that. He's got to promote it somehow.
yeah, kind of like he did before the crash at the Coliseum.
Yeah, that's what I called my Instagram caption.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's just, I mean,
made us miss our flight.
Yeah, home. Nick himself was at the Clash at the Coliseum. So I'm gonna let him go first on this. I'm gonna let him go first and let him give the experience of what it was like being there, and then I'll give my experience from being home here.
Yeah. It was definitely unique being able to see the whole track for once. I've never been able to see it all. I want to go to Sonoma. I go to Auto Club, 2 big, 1 road course, 1 2-mile, and being able to see that's what Bristol would look like. And one day I hope to go there too. But it was something else. I mean, stadium rules are kind of I could do without. That's for damn sure. But the experience, the race cars, everything in that small space was really fun, and everyone hates on it for going west, going woke because of all the celebrities and people they have singing. But I think if it's a preseason thing, or if it's not, if it doesn't.
Right. So give us your opinion on like green flag to flag, pretty much, like if you will, like rate, like when the race starts to when the race is over, like what stood out to you the
Yeah, so
most, and like yeah.
I noticed how people started complaining about there being nobody in the seats during,
Hmm.
but to argue about because they're the experts. We're not, after all. No, but the heat races were really fun. Everyone was just kind of taking jabs at each other, pushing each other. If you're on the transfer, Stenhouse hit Chase out of the way, and Harvick got in by like an inch. That was really fun. I was cheering Harvick on. And then the main events started after all the concerts and all. But it was a lot of fun. It was pretty clean for the first half. Actually, there was a couple spins, a couple beating and banging. I was keeping an eye on Ty because I thought that was going to be his favorite track, but no, he kept it pretty clean first race with the Cup boys. After the halftime break, Wiz came out with his concert, and that kind of lit things up. Pun intended, you could say.
Yeah. Right on. Yeah.
After that, dude, it was all hell broke loose, caution after caution.
Yeah, like
Freezing
and
my
then they
ass off, by the way. It was cold there. The track was cold. Track temp must have been real low, too. So the grip must have been at a premium. You could use that on Dylan's contact with Boba.
Yeah, I know they were saying like there was a lot more cautions this year than there were last year.
Yeah, they said it. Some of the drivers said it. I think Denny said it, but drivers. No, Kyle said it. You got lucky last year seeing such a nice like event, clean show, and this year they kind of made it to what it should have been last year.
Yeah.
What do you think? I would have been dying to be in my hoodie, bundled up at home. I was freezing with my hoodie being locked in the bag security because of the damn stadium rules. Um, yeah, I had to wear this, but this didn't do it. It was windy, and the cars were flying around there. So
Wow. Yeah. Well, from home it was, I mean, it was pretty good, actually. I mean, great way to kick off the season, I think, is but in my opinion, like I don't think we should do this every year, like from here on out. Like I would like it if like they do with the All-Star race now, like kind of like switch the tracks around, like start trying something new every year. And I think I think they've just pretty much proved that this isn't going to work with uh I mean, I don't know what happened from last year to this year, but it was
you know
like
what's
double.
frustrating?
It was like double the amount of cautions this year.
You know what's frustrating is they're gonna choke it down our throats, a point race at the Coliseum until it happens because they need to fill a spot for Auto Club while it's being redone.
Dude, I lost like a total of 1.5 on safety rating when the trucks were
That
at the Coliseum.
I
Not,
thought you
not
were gonna
even
talk
lying
about
to
your
you.
sport gambling.
Oh, I'm be like
Bet
be like the
MGM.
be
Can you
like the
bet in your state?
Eagles. Be
Can you
like the
bet in your
Eagles guy
state?
the Eagles fan that punched his TV and
Yeah,
then
I'm
ripped the
I'm that
TV off.
Eagles fan. I am the Eagles fan. I felt
I'm
that.
s- I'm sorry. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not
At
even.
least everyone that says they got whooped by the Chiefs, they didn't. It was neck and neck. You could argue whoever had the ball last was going to win the game, but
Well,
when you give the Eagles 8 seconds with the ball, you're not going to do much. Sorry. I
I'm not
thought
even
Hurts
a
had a bomb and then he threw it like 20 yards under. I'm like, what the?
I'm not even a Kansas City Chiefs fan. I always go for the AFC side since my team's AFC.
Really?
So yeah, Denver.
It always depends to me. Like,
But I really like Andy Reid too. I mean,
I want to see the Bengals win one year, but I want to see Burrow get one.
yeah, he's got a good chance still. I mean, like he's not too old or anything like that. But
Did you
anyway,
did you happen
I'll
to
get
catch the Coca-Cola race tonight?
no,
I
no,
was watching that because Kosi Winval,
no,
YouTuber.
no,
He's pretty funny. Check him out. He's not the average YouTuber, but he's finally in that series. He's in the 38 front row car.
man.
They kicked out Todd Gilliland for Kosi. No,
Uh,
but he's pretty good. He got third in his opening race, and they all crashed. There's no
wow,
out of bounds, and the dude blocked, but he was underneath him before they got to the yellow line, so you could argue.
wow, yeah.
It was the
Um,
defending champ. I'm glad things changed. But this week we're going to preview the Daytona 500. We literally have qualifying less than a day away. Tomorrow night is pole qualifying. Front row is going to be set. Probably going to be two Hendrick cars. I'm hoping it's one of them is Jimmy. Actually,
oh yeah,
hope he locks in that way.
I have to mention before we shift gears on this
Yeah,
subject. I just have to throw it out there. I want every single one of you to understand how much of a douchebag Joey Logano is. I mean, let's go throw that out there.
he's two
That was
faced. He called
very
himself that, so we
that
could
was
call him
very
that, right?
unnecessary. That was very unnecessary, man. And it's just the way he drives, I guess.
Yeah. Well, when he gets hit, he's gonna cry and then hit the guy back again. You know,
Yeah.
dude. I wanted that Byron race version from a year ago. Logano ruined that.
Yeah, I know. But yeah.
You gonna be off for the 500?
Yes. Yeah.
There you go.
Looking forward to it. Yeah.
Weather's gonna be perfect. What it sounds like, so that's rare.
Oh
Sounds
yeah.
like we got a couple years before Daytona's underwater.
Did did we did we have any rain delays last year? I can't remember.
I'm sure. I don't remember. I'm sure. I just gotta
Mm,
think of it. Dover, Monday, right?
yeah. Yeah. Or no, I was talking about at Daytona specifically, like that weekend last
Oh
year.
no, we were good. I had to work
Yeah.
like every day but the 500, so of course I missed them all.
Yeah. Well, you didn't miss anything.
I'm actually
Mm.
going to Supercross this week during
Oh,
Xfinity at Daytona, that's a highly underrated sport. You have to see the finish from this weekend. I might have to send it to you after the live stream, but my favorite these Lawrence brothers are like 18, 19 years old, and they're gonna take over the sport. They're so fast. Dude closed
wow.
in 5 seconds in like 4 minutes to win. Made like a last corner pass and everything.
That's
So
insane. I've never, I
Uh,
mean,
Supercross only has like hundreds of thousands of followers, and I think if more people saw it, they'd be interested.
yeah, like I used to play the games growing up, like the Supercross games and all that, but I never really got into watching it like on TV or anything like that. But
What's your main state again? Is it by Chicago, Illinois,
my
Indy?
main state,
Yeah, Virginia.
Illinois, Illinois.
Hmm. Supercross is pretty cheap, and it's a really fun experience that I'd recommend. I mean, if you bring a Monster Energy cannon, you get in the pits for free the whole day.
Oh, okay, yeah, because
It's only
that's
like 20 bucks a ticket, gets you inside.
right, because it's like that's like the sponsor of the
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
Monster Energy Supercross.
Okay, that makes sense.
But I hear there's like over 40 cars in the ARCA race, which is before Xfinity. So maybe I will get home for the Xfinity race.
Wait, when is what day is ARCA on?
They're ARCA and Xfinity doubleheader Saturday.
Okay.
Frankie Muniz, dude. My Malcolm in the Middle actors racing. That's my favorite for the year. Everyone.
So is it
Frankie, huh?
is it 100% true that no practice at all this weekend for Cup, right? Like at
No,
all.
that's wrong.
It
They
is?
have, yeah, they have qualifying Wednesday, dual Thursday. They have one session Friday and then one on Saturday morning. That's pretty much it.
Okay. Okay, so no practice before the duels, which they're going to be in a
Pastrana's
pack.
Pastrana's
Yeah.
going to be out there first time. He
Yeah.
raced Xfinity at Daytona. People don't remember. Probably
Yeah,
crashed because
I
that
don't like
60 car was in the wall a lot.
yeah, I don't like that idea like simply because of the fact that there's a handful of guys that have never been in this situation before or barely raced in these situations or driven these cars even, and there's going to be no practice. So it's going to be
I
interesting.
mean, I think they've all gotten tests. Like Pastrana's probably gotten a test when Jimmy did, right? Sim time, you could call it the same amount of
Yeah.
sim time I have.
Speaking of that, I've been racing with Jordan Anderson a lot lately.
Really? Do you talk to him or you just get him in the lobby?
No, I'm under a mic ban. So I can't talk to anybody, and they've even disabled my keyboard, so I can't even type to anybody, and that just
It's
sucks.
unfortunate, folks. I wonder if it's the sponsor. Better than actions with the car.
Yeah, yeah, it's
This dude's lucky to be racing after a couple years ago.
yep.
I need I need to tighten up on my safety because I've been doing a lot of unofficial races and now hopping back in ranked for the season.
Well,
I
that's
was
gonna
hoping they would
be
have a clash for in Cup. Daytona, I just need to do what I've been doing in Carb Cup.
like
I just have to accept I got to lift. I don't like being pushed from behind when I have to lift. That's the thing.
that's the part I hate
Because
about it
if I
too. Is
check
like
up, if the guy behind me doesn't check up, then he's gonna spin me. And I don't know, he might be getting pushed from the guy behind him. So,
yeah, like you just gotta hope
do you have
that.
any tips on plate racing this weekend? This week?
Mm, I mean, everything I've done this week was like from the back. Mm, I really don't recommend not qualifying and purposely starting in the back because it doesn't really benefit. I mean, you can just start from the pits and like completely coast around the entire time
Oh,
to get safety rating, but I kind of want to win. And I feel like the only
yeah.
way that's going to happen is if you get a lap and just kind of like try to not leave the top five.
We didn't become
So
no Kyle Busch fans with accepting losing.
exactly. That's
So,
yeah, yeah.
I was like 8 years old when he was bitching about second place finishes in Nationwide. I loved it.
Yep. Yep.
What the hell is Brian Vickers doing? I hope that guy's doing good. I know he had blood clots, but Daytona, the truck race is gonna be a mess. We all know that. Xfinity, they're all messes.
Yeah,
Let's be honest.
I haven't even
The
heard a
season
word on that
openers,
dude. I haven't even heard a word on that dude since like it's been like a handful of years now. Brian Vickers.
No, I heard there was some like legal stuff, but I didn't want to include that. I don't know what it's about. It maybe his ex, like it might have even been the same girl that Kurt was involved with.
Oh, that trained
But
assassin chick or whatever? That
yeah, it might have
Oh,
been. I don't
yeah.
know. I don't want to. It's too much for me right now.
Yeah, right.
It's probably not good to talk about Spy Women on Valentine's Day.
So, Clash?
So this year, let's talk about our favorites for a minute.
Okay.
Gavin, who are you going to be cheering on in NASCAR this year across the board?
Across the board. So we're gonna start from scratch, like all the way at the bottom and then work our way up. So, mm, I don't really care who wins ARCA. I mean, I don't really like.
Yeah,
I don't really. That's just that's just a like something to watch when I'm bored, pretty much. Like
exactly.
yeah. So ARCA. So trucks. I'm gonna have to go with Kyle Busch's full time driver, Chase Purdy.
All right.
Um, Xfinity. I'm gonna have to say Chandler Smith because kid's talented. He showed numerous times, like even in the truck series, that he's capable of winning and can run up front. And um, I just hope some luck finds his way um, for this season. I think he'll run good. Um, and then KFB, Mister Three Chi and Cup. So
I did not see that
um,
one coming, Bob. No, but yeah, I watched Chandler and I supported him throughout his development in trucks, which was a little rough the first year, and he really got it perfected the second year. He won points, I think, and he was just spot on. He almost had the championship. He was like the white flag, I think, but he gave it his all. Uh, for me, I am gonna pick an ARCA favorite just because they're broadcasting every race, so the inner race fanatic in me has to record it if it's on, and that kind of bothers me. But I'm gonna watch them all anyway, see what happens. Corey Heim caused a lot of ruckus the last couple of years, which was fun to watch.
yeah,
Him and Ty Gibbs don't get along, so if he ever joins Cup, that's gonna be a good rivalry. Just saying. No, but for ARCA, I'm gonna go with Frankie Muniz just because I loved Malcolm in the Middle, and
yep.
although
There you go.
there's a bunch of young kids, it's a developmental series. I'm there for fun. I hope he wins some. I just hope he has fun doing it. Then for trucks, I'm kind of copying you here across the board. Purdy, mostly because he's KB. Yeah, all because he's KBM. I want to see him get a win, see what he does. I hope he improves and proves us all wrong. I know he's got some talent. He just might not have had the team behind him at GMS, so we'll see. And then at Xfinity, Chandler Smith. We're gonna keep him. He's going to Chevy from Toyota, saying goodbye, just like Kyle did to Gibbs. So
Yeah,
Smith and Busch, and the numbers are kind of cool. I'm gonna put them on my wall and like have winner stickers every time they win. Hopefully, I get to use them at all. 2020 sucked. I didn't get to use Truck or Xfinity, but yeah, the numbers
yeah,
are 8, 16, and 4, which are all like multiples of each other.
yeah.
So I don't know how else to wrap this up because my phone is at like 5%.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
But
mean,
yeah, it's gonna be like
Clash and
about a half hour episode preview. That's pretty good. I say I have like a scheduled time when we upload it, so we'll talk about that down. But Daytona's gonna be fun. I think they're all gonna be crash fest. I think
I do too.
experience. I don't think
It
experience
always
means
is,
anything.
man.
It
It
never
always
does. It just right place, right time. But
it always is, man. It don't matter who predicts who. Like
I just think
you,
the cup pros are gonna find their way to the front at the end. A couple of them, like one Ford, one of the Gibbs cars.
yeah.
If it's Denny, don't be surprised. Logano. I hope it's not. I hope it's Cindric again. Wrecking his teammate Blaine. No. Blaney needs to get one. That wouldn't be bad. I wouldn't mind. Hell, Kyle, Jimmy, gotta win it. It's Kyle's. Is it his 18th year? 18's my number. If he wins, it's because of me.
There you
18's
go.
gonna be my number. 18's my number, whether he's driving it or not. Plus, Brexton's still 18, so.
Yeah, he is.
I want to go. They're showing his Bandolero race in Vegas, and I wanted to go. If they were doing something like that in California, I would so go to it.
You said they're showing it?
Or he like posted it, so it's like anyone can come out that wants to. So.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I hope it's all good people. But anyways, I hope you guys all enjoy. This is our first episode. We're still learning the routes on how getting back on it. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good road. We hope KB gets some wins this year.
Yes.
Gavin, you have any closing statements?
Sorry. No, you're good. Clash was good, kind of, in a way.
Yeah. Tell me how. I mean, you go from last to third.
I think the race had its pros and cons. I mean, I just don't like that. I personally just don't think it's something that's going to be able to work every year. But it's a great place to kick off the season, like a little preseason event. That's great, but it was decent. So we'll take it, move on. Daytona this weekend. Looking forward to it.
All right. Thank you guys all for watching. It's going to be a good year. Peace out.
All right.
How do I do this?